Welcome to this blend tutorial in which I show you how to do a fluid simulation, a quick fluid simulation. Now, because of some things wrong with my video editor, I can't show you the finished result of the render in the same video, but in the description will be a link to a finished render. Okay, so we open it up and delete Shift plus A and add a plane, scale it out so to about here, and then go into edit mode, control, and you need to press Control plus R and just make sure that pink line's there, and then give it, I don't know, about 3, I would say about 15 cuts. So the numbers down there, and do it. Double click and don't change anything. Control plus R again and give it 15 cuts as well. So this basically has extra geometry. Now, what we need to do now is we need to go on here, get some faces, control, and what we need to do is click Control to do this. Control, and then go down here and make sure it's enable. Okay, and then drag it up like this. Okay, and now what we need to do is with everything selected, we need, and with all this selected, press A and A again, press F, and actually no, Control plus C is done. We don't need to press F actually. So now what we do is now we've done this, we go in object mode, we slide this to the side and click on modifiers and add subdivision surface and about 2. Okay, so now we've done, so this is done. So now we've done this, we can apply it, and then we need to go on fluid, and then what we need to do is Shift plus A, add a cube and scale it out. Okay, and what this is going to be our domain. So our actual domain in which the fluid is in, fluid simulation is in. So now, so it's select with the cube, with the giant cube you added, press physics, add fluid, and add domain. Okay, then go down and make sure it's wire. Okay, now you need to go and edit. Now what you need to do is go into edit mode and turn this off. So turn this off, disable, and object mode. Go back onto object mode, click on this, edit mode, and now as you can see we have this kind of thing. Now select here. Now what we need to do is select faces, and Shift. Actually no, let's not do this. You go in object mode and Shift plus A, cube, and just kind of press F, and then scale it out and then go back onto edit mode and this cube, and kind of like give it down like that, if you know what I mean, and scroll it in a little bit so it's like this. And then object mode, we go and do this and drag it up, so make sure it's smudged all the way down, and finally drag it so it's like this. Then on edit mode we need to drag it all the way out so it's like this, and the same with this, so it's actually touching the edges. So it's touching the edges. So now we have done this, what we need to do is go back onto object mode, select this, scale it in a little bit, okay, and then drag it up, and like this, and we need to go, and after you've done that we need to do it also after you've done that it needs to be just at the bottom like this, and we need to go into edit mode and drag it all the way to the side, same with this one, drag it all the way to the side, and then we need to go here and basically do it like that, so it's all the way at back. Actually, and then we need to make sure it's back a bit, so it's like this, same with this, and same with this. So now what we've got is something like this. This is the computer. This is where the fluid simulation is going to happen in. And last of all, we need to drag it down. Sorry about that. Drag back up to like, so it's just, and make sure it's just at the top like that, just about that level. Finally, drag this in, so it's like, and make sure it's out, and then just drag it back in the slightest like that. So now we got this, we can now actually make the fluid simulation. So first thing that we need to do is actually get the inflow for it. So we need Shift+A, circle, F, object mode, and select this, and select the circle there. Oh wait, Control+C. There we go. Wait, just ignore what I'm doing here. Ignore it. Basically, with edit mode selected, press select this face kind of thing. Actually, just ignore that. Basically, make sure so this kind of circle thing, we just ignore that for the time being. It shouldn't really do that much. Now, what we need to do is, without edit mode selected, Shift+A, and go on to, and add a circle finally, and edit mode, F, and now drag it along the side here, and R, control plus and X and 90. Y 90. And what's now happening is you can now kind of so this is going to be inflow, and this is where the water's going to come out. We need to set this fluid inflow. You also need to make sure it's in the domain so we can scale it in a bit and do Vim inflow. Use select shell and 1 and X velocity to 1, but what we also really need to do is select the. Now we've done this, we can now we can soon actually begin to actually make a simulation. But first we need to use select the actual cube, and select the, then go and do the what's it called? You need to get a material for it on the cube, and select the material to be I don't know, anything. I'm just gonna go for like a deep blue, so like this kind of deep blue colour. Okay, and so then you have a colour code there, and you need to, now we've done this, we can now what we can do is we can, hopefully this will work. Well, first things first, 240 and 200 and 200. Well, it's 100. So now we need to bake it. So now what should happen is if you rate, as you can see, when I jump forward time frames, you can see that it keeps going on and it keeps going on and going on and off. That's because of something. But for that's because of the actual fluid domain. The fluid domain disappears. So we're going to go in here and textured. So now you can see that it's coming out. However, what I'm going to do is cancel a baking simulation, because I think what's happened is that the actual fluid world has actually been well, it doesn't actually refer to your world size. It's why we need to do 0.1 and more, and now we need to now we bake it, and now we just need to and now baking is basically the process of basically doing it, and we'll be essentially basically getting the actual fluid simulation. So what you should see is that it in here that it splashes a bit. Now what you can do before you bake it, you can switch these settings down a bit, of course. So because my computer isn't letting me good, we have to cancel this and set this down to 100 as well. I'm sorry about this. And now bake it. What you should see is it goes much faster. Okay, the more memory, the more it takes. So do this, and it You see it kind of falls up. So this is how to the basic concept behind the fluid simulation. It's the domain. You can always render it in cycles render, but that takes up very much more space. You see it's just slowly coming along. However, once you've baked it, it takes much less to it takes much more less time to render. So now we've as you can see it's finished with the fluid simulation. But lots of settings. You can fiddle with the viscosity and the world size, things like that. There is also you can also do an ocean. Now there is also something else called an ocean where you basically create a sea, which isn't like this. It uses something different. But I'll be doing that in the next episode. I mean, not done. Yes. See, what you shouldn't do is and as you can see, it's pretty much splashing out. So half of it's done, and as you can see, it's splashing and splashing and splashing, and slowly climbing towards it. If you actually play the animation by pressing Alt plus A, as you can see, it's slowly climbing out. You see all the ripples. It's not the best. Of course, you can do better things with it, but this is just a quick water animation. 68%. So 68%. If you want it to go faster, you should not play it. It's a good thing about this is that you naturally see the thing is once you baked it, it doesn't take long to render. Normally this wouldn't take long to bake at all, but it's actually because the actual final resolution will be 100 currently now. Will be 100. So I'm just going to stop it there, and after this I'll change the camera angle, and it should so after I change the camera angle it should look much better. So as you can see, it's kind of doing this. I know it's boring for me talking, but there's really nothing else to do. You need to remember to basically you need to remember that it won't take that long to render. It's not going to take long to render at all. Now, well, probably not. No, I don't see the faces. Oh, another thing to point out is here with faces. It's 4151 jumper frame. It's 435, but 4135, and you see the faces are just going up all the time as more you play it. 15, and so around here, because it's almost done, you should see that it's at the end. There's like the amount of faces is like 28,000. Of course it's high. Of course it gets higher, but yeah. So now what we need to do is position the camera. Let's just see it. I'm just going to do the camera settings. My MacBook standard, and I'm also going to make videos if I haven't got no, in that case I'll actually do two in two. Actually, yeah, two. So I'll do it in two. Actually, just forget this. I'll do it in I'll do mine in downloads because actually isn't I'll do mine in downloads, and if I accept this, accept it. I've done it in downloads. Don't know why. AVI JPEG. And now, what you want to do is file and save as something. Mine's going to be fluid video. Okay, and now you've done all these camera settings. You want to view in the actual camera to see what it looks like. So you can see that it's got quite a lot in. I think this is a good camera angle. Now, one last thing is to environment lighting. So now if we look into rendered view, we can see that if I go something like this, it looks like it looks like this. Okay. Now, so finally, go back into solid view, file, save, and I hope you've actually so we need to click animate. So as you can see, it's much more quicker. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I'll show you the finished rendered result after I finish recording. But for now, I'm going to there'll be a link in the description to the actual finished result. But for now,